I want to know, maybe one from each of you or something. What is your biggest encouragement as church planners for someone else that is thinking about planning a church? That encouragement for someone that never wants to plan a church, but hears this and maybe remembers what you say 5 years down the road when God does call them. Mm-hmm. What's your biggest encouragement for them?
Oh gosh, I would have a lot. I think to touch on what we talked about earlier, I think the number one thing is both of you need to be called. Like you both need to be called to do it.
That's a big ministry thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
it is.
Like if
it'll wreck your marriage.
It will.
It'll wreck your life if you're not.
Yeah. Okay.
And planting entails a lot. So like you both need to be called to what God is asking, which obviously we prayed about. We made sure that was something that we both wanted, but both of you need to be called to that and the vision that God has for you and your family, because he's right. It can wreck your marriage, wreck your family. And I would say, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot. I would say maybe don't do it alone, in the sense of one thing that I wish I would have done is probably sought out that discipleship a little earlier, because some of the difficulties, it's been great planning. It has been such a great journey, and I don't think I wouldn't go back. I've loved every moment of it. It's been hard. It's been we've had difficult moments. So I think had I sought out that discipleship a little earlier, some of those difficult moments would have been a little easier to get through. Some of the stress would have been less. And even some of the things that maybe personally, I'm dealing with now within like my own ministries of the church, I may have been able to find solutions a little quicker had I had somebody from the very beginning. And again, that was on me. Like I did not seek that out like I should have.
Yeah. I know I've been encouraged to not be Moses, that like we need a Jethro moment or a Jethro person to come and be like, you can't do it on your own.
Yes.
You've got to get people. And I have a person who said that to me. And I mean, I guess I knew that beforehand, but I was just in that moment, I was in a place to receive it. Now I know that's true.
Yeah. Well, and when you're planting, like, this is like, honestly, this is like our baby. Like we put so much into this, and, we've been hustling for years for this. And so it's difficult to let things go and to invite other people in to help carry the load. But we, especially now, like where we're at, almost 4 years in, we are at the point where we realize like we cannot carry this weight alone on our shoulders.
You mean your 6,000 people activities? You can't do that all on your own? Weird. And you guys have at your women's retreat, I saw a beautiful team. You called them your dream team, which I love, but a beautiful team of people, men and women. You had men that just stayed there the whole day and like were there when things started blowing away, because it was like the one day in March that was like windy in Phoenix. But I mean, you had those team members around you. Yeah. What about you, Eric? What's your encouragement?
Encouragement. It'll go one and the same. Encouragement, discouragement in the same grouping. People will be the greatest part of church planting. The people you meet, the people you serve with, the people that give and surprise you. It's the greatest joy to me. It's not the tasks. The tasks are fine, but at a certain point they become mundane. It's the people you get to be around, lifelong friendships. But in the same, what's most encouraging is the people. It's also the thing that will break you the most is the people that will hurt you or even attack you, people that you would never expect, or people that legitimately, just leave the church, even if it's on good terms. Like when you're a church planner early on, it's like everyone's going to be here forever and no one will ever leave because your relationships are so good. And I didn't learn this till probably maybe close to a year in. Like some people are scaffolding, like God brings them for a season that they're there to help build, but they were never part of the long-term foundation.
Interesting.
And so like the encouragement is like God brings great people. The discouragement is people are people, and I'm going to hurt people and people are going to hurt me. And that part never, I don't think it ever goes away. And when it does, you should probably think about doing something else. Yeah. If you're not hurt anymore by people, because that means you probably don't care as much.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. So it's the win and the loss all in the same group. It's better. It's more good than bad, but it's still, there's some hurtful times that. And
when you're planning a church, you don't plant a mega church.
Right.
No.
It may grow to that, but you are planting a small church.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you're right. When you are a small church, every loss hurts.
Yeah.
Just and we're not talking numbers.
Yeah.
We're talking, I knew that person.
Yep.
We've, done life together and now they've moved on and I'm not seeing them every week. And, we've recently had friends that like came back into our life as far as church was concerned. And it's been so nice because it's like, oh my gosh, it's so wonderful to see you. I mean, we continued to do life with them when we were at separate churches. But like our kids are like, hey, I can count on seeing you on Sunday morning. And that's really beneficial.